Well, Michael Jackson was called the king of pop for a reason. One of the best-selling artists of all time. He was the first artist in history to have top 10 singles in 5 different decades on the Billboard Hot 100. He was groundbreaking, a visionary, and lost to us far too soon. But his legacy lives on, and you have the opportunity to get a closer look at his life and who he was with Broadway Grand Rapids. MJ the Musical coming here July 9th. We've got the man playing Michael himself, Brandon Lee Harris, joining us via Zoom this morning. Brandon, thanks for being here.
Of course, thank y'all so much for having me.
Well, we are so excited for this show. Tell us about it. What should audiences expect? Because you can go a lot of different directions with Michael Jackson.
I tell people all the time that though this is a Broadway production, it is a concert. It is the music that people know and love. It's the dancing that people know and love. It is the costumes that showcase the different eras of Michael's fashion that people know and love. It is a celebration of the icon himself. So we encourage folks to come out, have a good time.
And so let's talk about, what should audiences expect as far as the storyline is concerned? Does this take you back to the Jackson 5? Where does this go?
So the show takes place in 1992. Michael is getting ready to embark on the Dangerous World Tour. And while in rehearsals, he is also being interviewed by MTV. And through this interview with MTV, he's basically kind of going through his life story. You see the Jackson 5, you see their upbringing in Gary, you see them getting signed to Motown, you see them leaving Motown, you see them on Soul Train, you see Michael meeting Quincy Jones and stepping out into his own career and whatnot. So yeah, it's some flashback moments. It's some things that people will recognize and know.
Yeah, and I have to say, trying to play Michael Jackson, how much of a challenge is that? How fulfilling is that? How do you prepare for that?
It is incredibly fulfilling. It is the most challenging thing I've ever done thus far. But it is also such an honor, and I'm so grateful for the trust that the team has in me. I'm so grateful for the work that I've been able to put in. Michael is my idol. He's the reason why I started performing. We share a birthday. There are so many things that, I feel like throughout my life and my career have aligned with Michael. And this just feels very full circle. And so it takes a lot of work, a lot of brain work and a lot of physical work, but it is incredibly rewarding. And I'm hoping that I'm just doing my best to uphold his legacy.
I love that. Like a dream come true. And this is the first time that this musical has been touring. How are the audiences receiving the show? You say it's like a concert. Are people dancing? What's it like?
Yeah. I mean, that is what we want. The audiences across America have been incredible. We've been in places where we didn't know what the response would be. And just all in all, people have really fallen in love with this show and taken to this show super well. We were in Minneapolis a few weeks back, which is Prince's hometown, and there's a little Prince joke within the show, and the audience went wild every night for it. It was such an experience. So yeah, the audiences are seeming to really like it,
okay.
Which I'm
all singing along with all the songs.
Absolutely. Like, how could you not? There are kids and adults coming to the show dressed as Michael, with the glove, with the fedora, with the jackets. It's so beautiful to see.
I love that. Do you have a favorite song in this show? I know it's probably hard to pick one.
Absolutely. In the show, absolutely. I get to perform with the older Jackson brothers for our last time during the Victory Tour, and we get to do Can You Feel It? And it's such a high energy number. It's so intense. The choreo is super sick. It is the Jacksons, very, very settled into the relationship that they have as brothers and on stage. And I feel like that really, really is showcased, and I really like doing that one.
Wonderful. All right. Any last words? Anybody who should come see this show?
Everybody. I think Michael, Michael has touched so many generations of music listeners, and he has obviously touched the world of music, the world of fashion, the world of art. And so I think anybody who is just a connoisseur of the arts, people that like his music, people that like stories about artists and the strive for perfection. This story and this show can touch so many people in so many different ways across ages. So everybody, please come out.
Okay, well, I hope I will be there Saturday night. Brandon Lee Harris, thank you so much for joining us. We cannot wait to have you here. MJ the Musical from Broadway Grand Rapids, July 9th through the 14th at DeVos Performance Hall. There are still tickets available. BroadwayGrandRapids.com to get yours. We'll be right back.